During recent Independence Day celebrations, the geopolitical tension between India and Pakistan flared up once again on the national stage. Pakistani President Asif Ali Zardari took to the microphone and made a highly controversial claim. He stated that his nation proudly tolerates its remaining 3 to 4% Hindu population. Using the word tolerate to describe how a government treats its own native citizens is instantly dismissive. It frames a deeply rooted demographic not as equals with rights, but as an unwanted burden. The reaction from Indian commentators and lawmakers was immediate. The phrasing was widely condemned across social media and news outlets as offensive and geopolitically dangerous. Indian Parliament member Javed Akhtar delivered a particularly sharp response. He reminded the public of Zardari's old political nickname, Mr. 10%, a title he earned from massive past corruption charges where he allegedly took a 10% cut on government projects. Akhtar noted that to Mr. 10%, anything less than 10% probably seems worthless. But beyond political insults, there is a serious mathematical problem with Zardari's speech. The rhetoric acts as a cover for a severe, localized demographic collapse. Let us look at the actual numbers. Around the time of partition in 1947, the Hindu population in Pakistan stood between 14 and 15%. This chart maps the demographic timeline. According to Pakistan's official 2023 census, that figure collapsed to a mere 2%. By claiming a 4% Hindu population, President Zardari artificially doubled his government's own statistics. Today, thousands of these remaining families are actively trying to migrate to India, risking everything to escape persistent religious persecution. A population drop from 15% to 2% does not happen through natural migration alone. That scale of decline points to a systematic mechanism of demographic erasure. To understand this erasure, we must look at the Sindh province. This area is the political stronghold of President Zardari and his son, Bilawal Bhutto. Recently, human rights experts from the United Nations in Geneva published a deeply concerning report, specifically focusing on this exact region. The UN investigators uncovered a localized crisis. Minority girls are being systematically abducted, forced to convert, and married against their will. Families are often simply told their child's religion has changed. Data reveals an overwhelming 75% of the targeted girls come from the remaining Hindu minority. Even more alarming, the vast majority are children aged 14 to 18. And geographically, 80% of these violations occur squarely within Zardari's home province, Sindh. This state-ignored campaign of abduction and coercion is the brutal daily reality on the ground. It directly contradicts the government's lofty claims of religious tolerance. The gap between Zardari's rhetoric and the reality in Sindh suggests a specific political motive. Typically, the Pakistani president remains a background figure, making this sudden public escalation highly intentional. In Pakistan's political hierarchy, the presidency is a ceremonial role. 95% of the actual power resides with the army general, currently Asim Munir, leaving the civilian leadership with very little room to maneuver. When a ceremonial leader begins attacking concepts like a unified India, it often serves as a distraction. The government uses this aggressive posture to turn public attention away from failing infrastructure and a collapsing economy. This map shows the environmental crisis currently hitting Zardari's home province. Sindh is struggling with extreme water scarcity and failing agriculture, as local basins continue to dry up during record-breaking heat waves. Public anger is mounting over the Indus Water Treaty, which governs how India and Pakistan share the region's rivers. With Punjab province consuming the lion's share of upstream water, citizens in Sindh are left with a dry, unusable landscape. Zardari's speech explicitly targeted India. At the same time, his own province faced a total loss of basic resources. Historically, when the Pakistani state cannot provide water or electricity, it uses anti-India sentiment to unify a restless and thirsty population. Fabricating demographics and ignoring systemic abuse in Sindh provides a convenient political shield.
If you value clarity over chaos, explore more on Clear Lens X.